YouTube, and we know I think 9th edition is coming out on the 25th this month, so like 2 days from now. So me and my friends are going to try and do it. Me and my friend are going to try and do a stream on Twitch for the new edition. We're having pretty much the Imperium. It's going to be Sisters of Battle versus the Necrons. You can find it on Twitch. I got a link in the description. You can just if you go over there, if you want to see it, just go over there, hit notification, and we'll let you know when you get ready to start. But to celebrate this thing, I'm watching some cosplay videos of Warhammer, and I'm going to do a quick review on this. Don't ask me how you pronounce these. I'm bad at reading. I do have these and everything. I did get these by chance. So yeah. But we'll do a quick review, then we're going to try and build them so I can get them for the tournament tomorrow. So I do have plastic glue and some ways and a way to cut them. So yeah. But so pretty much what I'm doing. So pretty much what we got here is the sister who became a psyker through if this is the right one, I might be wrong. Don't quote me. But according to the lore, she's a psyker who was not even born a psyker. She was just like a Sisters of Battle. But her and her squad got captured by the Chaos God Slanesh. Then she kind of made escaped, but apparently her comrade souls and everything, and her body made her a psyker. Now she currently lives in the Black Library with these with the Eldari of the Black Library. And pretty much you have your basic Warhammer stuff. So you have what the two minis will look like. You have like some pictures on the side, the back. Basically how it looks like on the front, the back, what paints you use, the barcode, and everything. And this actually comes with 2 Citadel models. I thought someone told me it was going to be 1, but apparently they were wrong. So yeah, like I said, so let's go ahead and crack it open, try and get it built real quick, and I can have it ready for tomorrow for the stream on Twitch. And like I said, I'll leave a description. I'll leave a description, a link to my stream tomorrow. For the description and everything. I hope to see you there. I hope you all enjoy this and come and see me tomorrow, having fun and everything. So let's get this down here. First thing first, we can see what the book says, and yeah, that's everything in the box. Put the box right there. So first, let's see what the book says. So it's the how to build book and everything. It's pretty much model instructions, which we're gonna try and build this real quick. Doesn't seem like it's too hard. It's just 2 pieces and everything. We'll see what the rules are for them. Elder Center, and the sister has a 7-inch movement, a weapon skill 2, a book skill 3, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 6, attacks 4, leadership 9, a 3-up save. As the Eldari chick, or dude, what do you call that? I don't know. I can't tell the general Eldaris most of the time. Is a 8 movement, a weapon skill 2, a book skill 3. So the difference between weapon skill and book skill is that a book skill is pretty much shooting and weapon skill is pretty much melee. To make sure we understand. Strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 5, and attack 4, leadership 9, and it has a 6-up and save. Why? This unit is this unit counts as 1 of each and equipped with a bolt pistol, Seraphic flash grenade is equipped with a Harlequin's Kiss, the Outcast Blade, plasma grenades, and you can only use 1 of these models in your army. Okay, so let's see what we got here. For the bolt pistol, basic stats: Harlequin's Kiss, melee strength +1, D3. Ooh, that's pretty good. The Outcast Blade. Who has the Outcast Blade? I don't know. Melee, user, AP 1, damage 1. Make 2 hit rolls for each attack made with this weapon instead of 1. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Let's see what this is. Sanaria, a melee. This is crazy rules and everything. It's a melee weapon, +1, -3, 2 damage. Ooh. And your basic grenades. I've never seen a plasma grenade. It has a 6-inch range, D6 grenades, strength 4, -1, 1 damage. Abilities, real quick. and these are kind of crazy. Cast together by fate during the deployment. Both models in this unit must be set up at the same time, though they do not need to be in the same unit. I don't know what that C word is. For the point onward, each model is treated as a separate unit. Also, you pretty much deploy them together and they're different after you're in. Uninspected ally. This unit can be included in any Imperium death match without taking up a slot, as long as even until in your army. For example, for those that are on as the Imperial keyword and does not have the Fallen keyword, this unit does not provide any other units from your army from benefits from detachment abilities, extra chapter tactics. So pretty much what it says right now is I can use her, and I don't worry if I don't lose any. I don't worry about losing attachments or anything, or stratagems or anything. And does not prevent units from getting that request even models in your army to have that ability. That says combat detachment. Okay. In a match play game, these models are ignored from the period of Battle Brother rule. All units from your army must still have the Imperium keyword faction. Okay. One is, I guess, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Neither these models can be your warlord. In addition, during your deployment, you can set these models in a web way instead of setting them on the battlefield. If you do, at the end of one of your movement phase, you can set up this model whenever on the battlefield within 3 inches of each other, more than 9 away from it. So apparently it has a deep strike ability. The sister has a demo. I don't know. At the start of the shooting phase, roll 2d6. Add 2 to the result. If there are any chaos units within 18 inches of her, and on a 5-up, the nearest enemy unit with 18 inches and Burger R suffers attack. Build 2. If this result is 9 or more, that unit instead suffers d6. Okay, so do I damage yourself? Divine Protection. The model has a 4 MO save. In addition, when resolving an attack against this model, it suffers 1, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Okay. The Eldari's ability, I guess. King of Shadows. This model has a 4 MO save. In addition, this model can fight first in a fight phase, even if it does not make a charge this turn. If your opponent has units that did make a charge move this turn, or you have a similar ability, they choose starting with the player whose turn is taking place. Mystery Survivor. This model is within 3 inches of a friendly of the sister. Roll a d6. Each time the father it does not loses, and it has the Imperium keyword of Dr. Sororitas character infantry name, and then with a I don't know, Adolius character infantry something, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Hopefully that took longer than I expected. Sorry. Let's go ahead and start cracking these two up. So let's see what we got here. First things first, based on what I'm seeing here, this is probably the Eldari person. And the next one is well, it has to be the sister because there's nothing else in here. Okay, give you all good pictures. That's pretty much the sister of battle. The reason I got this, and you got your basic two bases. Let's try and get this built real quick and everything. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty much doing. There's gonna be a stream to this tomorrow. Well, on the 24th, I might post it on the 24th. I'm not sure yet. Still working on stuff. Might just try and throw this line and go a bit afterwards. But yeah, let's try and get this done real quick. So the first thing first, we're gonna look at the first instructions, and we're trying to build the sister chick. So first we need this model and a base, and this can go over here with this one. So first thing we need number one, and we're gonna clip out number one real quick. And sorry, I'm trying to make this entertaining for you guys. If I'm doing a bad job, let me know. I'm trying here. Bear with me. So we have this, and we need number two. It's pretty much her, the one with the blade. Here we go. Get in there. Cool, got it. And now we got glue together. Now on this I use super glue because it's mostly it's an all plastic model, so it's easier to glue and everything. On metal models or metal and plastic, I use Gorilla gel glue because it sticks better, it works better, and I just prefer it over even Loctite, because Loctite does have a bad habit of break. But there's been times I use the Gorilla gel glue, and it stays together even if I drop it. Like I have an old one eye model from an old metal one eye model, and it took me like 6 times to drop it to at least break the one arm off. So yeah, while it's doing that and everything, I'm gonna try and get the other stuff ready. So we have a number 4 thing laying around somewhere. Let's go on first. I guess let's see what the number 4 thing is real quick. Oh, it's a piece of the arm. Now it makes sense to me. Number 4, we need the leg, I guess. Yeah, the leg. Get that in there. Let's see. Next thing is okay. I'm gonna try and get the head and the face together. Let's clip the head out first. So I guess this is the number 5. Is that? Yeah, number 5. This is the first time I've ever done a model like this, so bear with me, please. Then we have the let's see what we got here. So, real quick, we want to glue the heads on, I guess. Yeah, I have to figure out how you glue the head on. Let's see if I can do this without messing up. Chances are I messed up. It says, wait a second, I just got a message. Who's messaging? Give me 1 second. Okay, cool, nothing to worry about. Cool. Let's put this back. Okay, cool. So we're gonna try and throw the leg on, I guess, real quick, make it easier before we throw the belt on. And apparently I forgot a nub, so when we get that up from my friend, finds out about it and tries to drop kick me for it. Yes, I have a friend who gets really mad about that for some reason. I can never figure out why. I don't know, I'm just probably more laid back in him. That's what the reason is. But we'll try and get this on here now. Okay, cool. There's how I did it. Cool. Let's go. Let's get this. Let's get this sister built and everything. Try to get everything. Everything. Now I'm gonna let y'all know when I get when this gets painted. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. I know people who want to try it. I'm kind of person who's laid back when it comes to painting, so most likely this back part will not be painted because I already have it covered and everything. And I just that's work. And let's be honest, I don't think someone's gonna tear apart a model just to paint the back and anything, because it's pointless at that point. You're not really gonna see it, so I don't see a point of going through the hassle. But that is my view on it. So if you have a different view, I would love to hear it. So let's see here. Does the store in there or what? Okay, put the leg back on and everything. You gotta love the female models in this game because they're just like a pain in the butt to put together sometimes. Then we're gonna throw the little belt on her real quick. So apparently this says the explosives go over here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, cool. On there now. That's the problem. Do me either. If we get a picture, help me determine how you put this on. What's this? So that's going to go between the legs. Okay, cool. Try to match this up perfectly as possible so my friend doesn't drop kick me into obliteration. Okay. So currently in our current status and everything, I got to number 2. Got to B. I'm gonna try and get you all a good picture real quick. If this thing will zoom in on you. There we go. So that's pretty much what I got done with so far. I'm gonna try and get. What the heck is this? Oh, man, back off, people. Oh, my controller went off. Heresy. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna just watch this Space Marine thing. No good reason. I want to do something I haven't done in a while. So I don't know if you heard about the YouTube channel, the Vaults of Terra. Okay, let's try to just put this up quick. Because I'm playing Sisters Mod, we're going to just listen to Vaults of Terra real quick. Hopefully I get this done before all this stuff is before I probably get copyright straight. I don't know how it works around here. We gotta see the guy here. We'll do my favorite Primarch, Carmine Kurds, and even got a problem with that. They can take it with the Lord. They can take it with one of the Kurds. Carmine Kurds is the best Primarch.
Probably inspired by the novella Heart of Darkness by Joseph.
Okay, get back over here. This is the Carmine Kurds on Vaults of Terra. I will put a thank you and a link to the description on this. In the description. I mean, a link to this video in the description.
Hello and welcome to the Vaults of Terra. My name
I'm sorry this channel no longer has videos in.
Primarch videos with a quick look at Conrad Kurz. Now, I'm aware that it is pronounced in many different ways. Kurz, Cruz, Kurz. It's an interesting last name. I'm going to be saying Kurz for the majority of this video because that is the way I prefer to pronounce it. If other people have a problem with it, I'll just live with it. In any case, the Primarch
you got a problem with this
was
little
also
bit.
known as the Night Haunter. He was considered unstable by his brothers and only grew worse by the time of the Horus Heresy. His weapon of choice was terror, and he attacked from the darkness to destroy his foes utterly. But it would be this very darkness that would consume the unstable Primarch in the Horus Heresy. In his youth, Kurz was flung from the Emperor's laboratory to the world of Nostromo by the Chaos Gods, crashing through the planet's thin crust deep into the depths of the night-covered world. Nostromo had a mineral-rich crust primarily made from the super-hard mineral metal known as adamantium or just adamantine, which was forming the base of their mining industry. However, the population lived in fierce poverty. Crime and social depression was prevalent, and the population was kept stable by suicide above every other form of death. Kurz grew up and learned to survive on these crime-ridden streets, feeding on feral animals that hunted the streets of Nostromo Quintus, his home city. Even at this time,
I guess we're going through the back on it and make sure we can.
Visions of the future, manifesting as disturbing waking nightmares that were with him for the entirety of his life. Whilst on these streets,
Don't you think I can throw those on here?
observed the criminal activities perpetrated
Oh no,
by
I
Nostradamus
probably should have
under
done that
class.
earlier.
Everything
Later.
from persecution to murder and even rape. Openly
We'll
practiced
just grab.
by
I guess
degenerate
we'll try
elements of
put
the
this one
city.
lower
Even
quick.
though haunted by dark visions, Kurz desired to make things right and change things for the better. He became a vigilante, at first acting in small ways to help when the limited and corrupt law enforcement of Nostramo Quintus failed. These quickly led to him hunting down those he believed responsible for perpetrating these crimes. At first it was merely a few prominent political figures disappearing mysteriously, then leaders opposing the status quo also vanished. Known criminals would vanish, only for their mutilated corpses to be found later. Bodies of officials were also discovered hung out of windows, and body parts were found in multiple places across the city. Many of the bodies were so badly beaten and mutilated that they were beyond recognition. Within a year of this action, the crime rate of the city was close to zero, and the society in the city had changed. Self-imposed curfews began, and parents threatened their children with this new night haunter if they did not behave. It soon became a common term for the unknown assailant, who was described in second-hand accounts as a dark creature with long, razor-sharp talons, disemboweling criminals, or evildoers that it stalked. With these changes, Kurz saw hope for the people of Nostramo, as he had become the sole icon of fear and hatred in his city. He appeared before the remaining nobility. He convinced them to make him the first monarch of Nostramo Quintus. He took to learning about his new people, and was considered a fair and temperate ruler until he heard of a crime or injustice being carried out. Then he would hunt the guilty down, chasing them through the streets until they were tired, and then mutilating their bodies beyond recognition once they were caught. This violent vengeance, contrasted with his benevolent wisdom, led to a strange efficiency and honesty within the city, and across the world other cities followed suit, trying to placate and prevent the vengeance of the night haunter Conrad Kurz. Kurz had not been ruling for long when the Emperor had arrived, the Great Crusade reaching the edge of the Nostramo system. The event had long been prophesied in Nostramo's lore as the event that would bring an end to their world. Alongside the Emperor, his sons, Fulgrim, Ferrus Manus, Dawn, and Lorgar, landed on the world. The dark-dwelling citizens of Nostramo were able to look upon the brilliance of the Emperor.
Alright, cool. You guys had to drive real quick.
That even the reflection from the surface of the road was painful to them. Those who looked directly at the Emperor were completely struck blind. Kurz awaited the delegation outside his palace, but was struck by a vision so horrifying that he tried to claw his own eyes out on the spot. However, the Emperor intervened and prevented him from doing so. Finally looking upon his father and his brothers, Kurz said he had seen a vision of all their fates and his own death. The following dialogue ensued, for the Emperor said, "Conrad Kurz, be at peace, for I have arrived and intend to take you home." And Kurz replied, "That is not my name, father. I am the Night Haunter, and I know full well what you intend for me." Kurz was taken back to the Greater Imperium, where he was taught the complexities of Astartes warfare by Fulgrim. Kurz then had a vision of the Horus Heresy within that time, and informed Fulgrim of their dark fate. However, Fulgrim did not take him seriously at the time. He was eventually placed in command
Okay,
of
cool.
the
So
Legion, which
these
he
last
renamed
bits
the
can
Night
actually be
Lords,
artist
using
terrain
the
pieces.
tactics of total war and decisive force to win victory on countless worlds. Kurz encouraged his legionary to decorate their armour to inspire fear in the enemy, which proved to be very effective for the already terrifying Astartes to achieve. Soon even the word that a force of Night Lords was approaching made any system the picture of legality, paying all tithes, ceasing any form of illegal activity, and destroying any person or object not sanctioned by the Imperium. Now, new recruits for the Legion were taken from Nostramo, but in Kurz's absence, the population had fallen back into criminal practices, with mainly criminals becoming the only recruits healthy enough to be recruited by the Legion. Kurz's control over his Legion became tenuous
about done
in their
this
presence,
first one.
and Kurz became a unique Primarch, as he hated his own legionaries as the criminals he had sought to destroy on his homeworld and failed. The Night Lord's Primarch had also strained relations with his brothers from Kurz's attitude to his tactics. Dawn and Vulcan openly objected to his usage of his marines, and did not appreciate his tactics on the battlefield. When he heard of the crimes on his homeworld, Kurz tried to confide in Dawn and Fulgrim, who were campaigning with him at the time, but relations had never been close, and their reactions were far from favourable. After this, Fulgrim told Dawn of Kurz's visions of the Horus Heresy. Dawn confronted Kurz over this, and Kurz snapped from the betrayal of trust from Fulgrim. Kurz attacked Dawn, wounding him, as well as killing several Imperial Fist legionaries. Thorn pursued Kurz to Nostromo, arriving in time to see Kurz's fleet finally destroying their own planet under a sustained orbital bombardment. With this act and the equally unpredictable actions of Kurz's forces on
Okay,
the
cool.
campaign,
We actually might make this a really quick video because I'm
suspects
actually doing
the
better than I
Night
thought.
Force
Cool.
of being touched by the warp. Soon, Kurz's only purpose was to spread death, horror, and fear. He was recalled to Terra to answer for his actions, but the recall had only just arrived when the Imperium was thrown into chaos by the Horus Heresy. Kurz quickly swore to fight for Horus, and revealed as such during the Istvan Dropside Massacre, where he and Lorgar fought against Korax. Afterwards, he captured his brother Vulcan to torture and kill, but found that Vulcan was a perpetual, incapable of dying. After enduring torment at Kurz's hands, the Salamander Primarch escaped. In the years after the massacre, Kurz would engage Lionel Johnson, the Dark Angels, in a series of hit-and-run raids in the Tharmas sector, eventually leaving a message for the Dark Angel Primarch to meet him on Tasgunsa. There he revealed some of his prophecies to the Lion, but afterwards they fought. Kurz cut Lion's throat, but Kurz was stabbed in the back. Both legions retreated because of these injuries, but later the Dark Angels would ambush the Night Lords. Kurz was incapacitated by the Lion and taken prisoner on the Lion's flagship. However, Kurz escaped and evaded the Lion for over 16 weeks in the bowels of his own flagship. Kurz escaped the ship when the Dark Angels arrived at Macragge, homeworld of the Ultramarines. There he wreaked havoc until he was confronted by Guilliman of the Ultramarines and the Lion. There he revealed their ambush to be a trap, and he actually blew up the building they were all standing in. He escaped whilst the others were teleported out at the last second. Thinking them dead, Kurz was going to commit more atrocities when he was confronted by the now insane Vulcan. They battled across the city, destroying large sections of it, before the duel was ended by others who intervened. And Kurz was
so let's try to make this little more waiting for this to clear the drive to see how well I did on it.
They reappeared weeks later outside Macragge's capital and eventually made it back to his fleet, where he had a part to play in the invasion of Terra, although the details of which are limited. After the siege failed, Kurz began to attack across the Imperium, but with a desperate intensity that betrayed his growing insanity and loss of purpose. He fell into a depression and was eventually assassinated by the Imperial assassin known as Marchen, although in his own last words he had seen this assassination coming and wished now for death, allowing his life to be taken. It's believed he finally saw himself as a murderous and corrupt villain, and the very thing he had tried to destroy, but no one can be sure. Now, the character's last name is probably inspired by the novella Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, where a former ivory trader in the Congo named Kurtz, hence why Kurz, rules over the native population as a charismatic demigod. The book was later adapted into the Vietnam War movie Apocalypse Now, where Kurtz's assassinator is played by Martin Sheen.
While I'm waiting for this, was trying to find Sisters of Battle. Here we go. The Adeptus Sororitas.
Hello and welcome to the Vaults of Terra. My name is Ed, and today we're going to be continuing with our overview series with a quick look at the Adeptus Sororitas, also known by some as the Sisters of Battle. Now, the Adeptus Sororitas, also known as the Sisterhood or the Daughters of the Emperor, are a religious order linked to the ecclesiarchy, whose membership is entirely made up of women. Primarily a religious order, they are also renowned fighters, and are known for hunting down corruption and heresy from within and without the Imperium with great zeal. It should be noted that the terms Adeptus Sororitas and Sisters of Battle are commonly used to mean the same thing. However, the Sisters of Battle refers only to the Order's Militant, the military arm of the Sororitas, and the largest part of the organisation, but does not refer to the entirety of the Sisterhood. Now, the overview for the Sororitas is that they have many roles within the Imperium, but the main one is as the ecclesiarchy's military arm. The reason this order specifically takes up arms on behalf of the ecclesiarchy is due to the decree passive, the rule that the ecclesiarchy cannot maintain any men under arms. The aim of the decree was to limit the Ministerum's influence in military matters, but they used the wording to allow for female soldiers to be armed and trained through the Sororitas, utterly devoted to the Emperor, the Imperial Creed, and the Ministerum, supposedly in that order. Their primary duties are usually focused around hunting for heretics, although they will take up arms against any who threaten the sanctity of the Imperial world. Their passion and devotion also means that members of the Ordo Hereticus will usually use the Sisters when facing large numbers of heretics. To support inquisitorial stormtroopers, whose numbers are usually far lower than that of the Sisterhood. Now, a little bit of background history, which was actually covered in one of my early History of the Imperium videos, specifically relating to the Age of Apostasy. Now, the Adeptus Sororitas date their founding to the 36th millennium, at the end of the Age of Apostasy. They originate from another order which was originally known as the Daughters of the Emperor, an all-female cult dedicated to worshipping the Emperor on the world of San Lior. Now the mad Gorge Vandire, the High Lord of the Administratum and the Ecclesiarchy of the Adeptus Ministorum at the time, heard of the daughters and sought them out. Convincing them that he was a saint of the Emperor, or the Emperor incarnate, sources vary, they began serving Vandire directly on Terra, becoming known
So
as
let's get some.
the Emperor.
See how this works real quick, and see if it doesn't fall.
Siege of the Emperor's palace, when many forces of the Adeptus Terra came to remove Gorge Vandire from his position of power. Now the Sisterhood defended
So that's
Vandire
what that looks like right now, and yep, it fell. I mean, I didn't put it on the base good enough. Hopefully we can keep trying until we get it on the base. I don't know how I'll do this, and yes, I know someone told me you can use the little scrapey tools and everything to make it easier to put on, but I'm just not good with a sharp pointy object like that.
Here the only words she said were to condemn him before cutting off his head. Now, after the battle, the newly appointed Ecclesiarch, Sebastian Thor, proclaimed the decree passive, which forbade the Ecclesiarchy from having any men under arms, as mentioned previously. However, he allowed the newly formed sororitas to remain, recognizing the need for the Ecclesiarchy to have some kind of internal fighting force. Unfortunately, this completely disregarded the spirit of the decree, but did allow for the Sisters of Battle to remain as part of the Adeptus Sororitas. This has now led to the order we see before us today. Now, the organisation of the Sisters of Battle is a little bit different to that of usual Imperial structures, so we'll just quickly go over the structure and hierarchy of both the orders and the ranks within the order as well. As I mentioned, the Sororitas is officially part of the Ecclesiarchy, but it is also divided between two covens. The Covenant Prioris, located on Terra, and the Covenant Sanctorum, based on Felius 7. However, there are also outposts for the Sisters right across the galaxy. Now, the Sisterhood is commanded by the Abbess of the Sororitas, elected either internally or by the High Lords of Terra. Currently, however, the position is vacant due to the previous Abbess's disappearance. Below the Abbess, the Prioresses of the two Covenants are in charge of their Covenant and the orders within each Covenant. Now, the Covenants are organised into several orders with different roles and responsibilities. There are 4 distinct classes of Major Order, plus an unknown number of Minor Orders. The major orders are the Ordos Militant, aka the Sisters of Battle, the Orders Hospitaller, the surgeons, physicians, and nurses of the Sororitas, the Orders Dialogus, sisters dealing with languages and translation, and the Orders Famulus, diplomats, chamberlains, and advisors for the imperial noble families. Now, it is not uncommon for a sister to transfer from one order to another, usually Sisters of Battle leaving the Orders Militant due to their age or due to injury. Now, overall, an order is led by a head canoness called the Canoness Superior. The order is then divided into preceptories, subsidiaries, or larger tactical detachments of up to 1,000 sisters led by a Canoness Preceptor. They are then divided into a commandery, smaller covenants or detachments of up to 200 sisters, led by a Canoness Commander. They are then broken into missions. These are the smallest.
I'm probably messing this guy up hard, but heck, that's more
of up to 100, and are usually led by simple.
I got a text. Someone text me.
It should be noted that non-militant orders operate mainly at mission and commandery levels. Preceptory is largely an organizational tier. Now, to go over the orders in a little more
Our
detail,
battlefield tomorrow.
Battle, as mentioned, and they are the most
Okay, cool. So my friend's ready to go.
the sisters, renowned for their power armor and bolters, making them a step below the Adeptus Astartes in raw power per soldier. They are known as the only.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh well, I got some of it right. Last bit is I gotta get this scenery crap built out.
Assist the Inquisition when required, as their faith is judged to be strong enough to deal with some of the minor or even major heresies that they have to fight. Now, there are also the Lesser Orders Militant. Now, these are smaller garrisons which have separated from the main order due to a lengthy detachment, and they also form their own identities. These smaller orders are referred to as the Lesser Orders Militant. In theory, the leaders of the Lesser Orders are answerable to the leaders of the Major Order that they spawn from. However, usually the Major Orders will lead themselves unless they are leaderless. The Orders Hospitaller, as I mentioned, are surgeons, physicians, and nurses. Now, their primary duties are to help the poor and are present as healers in every organisation within the Imperium, such as the Imperial Guard or the Adeptus Terra. The only organisation they do not serve is the Astartes, who have their own apothecaries who can deal with their unique physiology. And the Orders Dialogus help translate the innumerable dialects and slang used throughout the Imperium into workable Low Gothic. They also help the Inquisition by translating Xenos languages, and allow the Inquisition the use of their prestigious skills in order to discover what the Xenos are talking about. Finally,
so I can figure it out. Cool.
Sisters organized to maintain households of certain Imperial governors and Imperial nobles. serving as advisors, and also
Where's your
serving as
friend
a
as well?
reminder of
Trying
who the
to leave for
nobility
work.
truly serve. Now, as I mentioned, there are also an unclear number of minor orders, and I can go through two of them now. The Order Sabine accompany the Missionorius Galaxia to rediscover new or formerly Imperial worlds that have gone out of contact, or never been in contact with the Imperium. There they will help settle new worlds, or help convert an existing world to that of the Imperial faith. Of course, they also assist when the world resists the Imperial faith, usually being used to batter down any resistance. There's also the Order Militants, specializing in retrieving, guarding,
We'll go see what we got here.
and repairing artifacts of value to the ecclesiarchy across the Imperium.
So where did I put that base? Here it is.
Adeptus Sororitas are one of the final things I want to go through with you today in this video. Now, as I mentioned, the Abbess of the Adeptus Sororitas is the commander overall of the Adeptus Sororitas, and is also the direct commander of the Covenant Sanctorum on Terra. Now, under that are the Prioresses, the overall commanders of a single covenant.
Oh, cool.
Under
We should
that
have
is
this.
the Canoness, which is the command rank divided into the Canoness Superior, which is the commander of the entire
Let's
order,
try this.
a Canoness Preceptor in command of a preceptory, a Canoness Commander in command of a
Okay,
commandery.
I'm gonna let that dry.
Palatine, a commander below
Try to give you all a quick
Canoness.
picture when I'm
And
done.
finally, there is a Sister Superior with a sister. Now, the ranks in the Ordo's militants are slightly broken up into several different layers, allowing
So it's according to this, I'm supposed to put this in there, the whole thingy.
Celestine, an elite sister of battle, bodyguards for Canoness.
Might be good if I throw glue in her first.
There are the Seraphim, the elite jump assault sisters. There are the Minions, standard battle sisters with special weapons. A Retributor, which is a standard battle sister with heavy weapons. And a battle sister, which is the basic rank within the Adeptus Sororitas.
Let's give them a quick minute to dry. Make sure everything's good. Yeah, let's see what we got here. So, when we give it a minute to dry, then we should be good after that. Give me a second.